Okay, so we have people from Ghana, from Malta, one from Paris. Okay, so let's start. So in this session, we'll talk more about Jira Essentials and how you can master task management in Jira. And today we have a special guest, one of our best teammates. We have Sandra to join us today and introduce this session. So, okay, let's welcome Sandra with us. Hello, hello. Unmute yourself, please, Sandra.
Hi, sorry, good afternoon. My name is Sandra Arday. I'm an Atlassian consultant at onpoint, Ghana, the #1 IT solution firm in Africa and beyond. Yeah, that's a little introduction.
Can't agree more.
Yeah.
Welcome, Sandra. Really happy to have you with us today. So yeah, I will leave you the floor. Go ahead with your session. Best of luck.
Okay, so okay, so a brief introduction. My name once again is Sandra Arday. I'm an Atlassian consultant at onpoint Africa. So basically, what I do as an Atlassian consultant is to transform business goals into actionable results using Atlassian suites of products. So today we are going to have a brief discussion of how we can maximize efficiency using Jira. So yeah, I'll get right into that. So for the agenda for today, we have the overview and then be a little demo, of which would have a little Q&A, and then that would be all. So a brief introduction to Jira. So Jira is the #1 agile project management tool teams use to plan, track, and release and support world-class softwares. It is used to manage simple projects or to power your DevOps practices. It makes it easy for teams to move work forward, stay aligned, and communicate in context. So that is a little bit about Jira for those who don't know about Jira yet. So yeah, so Jira makes work that is impossible very possible. So it's one of those tools that helps you to do things that you might seem very difficult. So project management tool that it's the #1 that you would need to solve all your project management needs. Yeah, so today's topic is about maximizing efficiency using Jira. So what do we mean by maximizing efficiency? So basically maximizing efficiency involves using Jira's features to streamline workflows, boost productivity, and ensure timely on budget project completion. So we're going to go into a short demo. So basically the demo covers the objectives, which is to look at some of Jira's features which can help you maximize efficiency, like project templates, automations, and boards and filters. So yeah, so I'll quickly switch my screen so we can get right into it. I hope I'm not speaking too fast. You can prompt me if I am moving too fast or you didn't hear anything I said, or if you have any question based on what I've said so far. Okay, so moving on. So to maximize efficiency, Jira has created project templates that can help your team easily get started in terms of project creation. So a project is used by teams to group their tasks, or it's used by teams as a place or a container where issues are kept. So Jira provides a lot of templates that can help you easily get started with project creation. So whether you belong to the design team, the finance team, or the operations team, there's something for you. So for the purpose of this demo, we'll be looking at the software development templates. So for the software development templates, there's other sub templates that can you can choose from. Let's say Kanban or Scrum for people that work on sprints or people that work on continuous work. You can choose any of these templates, which will easily get you started with Jira. So we are going to use the Kanban board we are going to use the Kanban project template for this demo. So as we can see here, this template comes with already pre-configured issue types and workflows that can easily get your team started. So when you create a project, you already have this set up there. But in case they don't suit your team's needs, you can you can change them to suit the team's needs. So you just do this with just a few clicks. So you can either choose a team managed project or a company managed project. So for the demo, I'm going to choose a team managed project. From this page, you're going to enter the project details, that is the project's name, and then a unique identifier for this specific project. So let's say the name of the project is Atlassian. So Jira provides you a unique identifier. But in case this identifier doesn't suit your team's need, you can change it to anything that you prefer. So let's say, for instance, for this project, I would want the unique identifier to be ASST. So you can change the identifier to suit your team needs. So, or in case you have, so let's say in case you already have a project that has been created in Jira and you would want this new project to share the same configurations as the project that has already been created, you just need to click on this box, which gives you a drop down, and then you select the project of which you share the configuration with. So what this does is that all the configurations that have been done in the old projects will be transferred to this project. So there's no need for you to go back and forth in reconfiguring the new project that you are creating. So with just a few clicks, your project will be created, and yeah, I think it's one of the easiest way you can create a project. So I'm going to quickly move to another page. So we are assuming I have created a project because I wouldn't want to spend more time creating it. So this is what happens when you create a Kanban project. So you have a few features that can easily get you started with. From this side, you can see the project name, the timeline, the backlog, the Kanban, the calendar, and the reports, and so on. So we are going to look at some of these features that can help you maximize efficiency. First of all, assuming you are working in a department and you have different teams working on different teams, you have the ability to choose different projects, different boards to represent these teams. So let's say I work in the IT department, but in the IT department we have the software team. There's a board, you can create a board for these teams, and then you can easily reach out to this board, which gives you a different view or a different workflow, but still in the same project. So as you can see from this side, there are different boards I can select from. So these boards are unique to the specific teams that are working on them, but they are still in the same project. So from the different boards, we are going to look at timeline. So the timeline is more like the place where you plan your activity. So let's say you have a major project coming up and you would want to plan it ahead of time. The timeline gives you a visual view of how to plan your project and see where the project is falling short. And you can add any other projects to the timeline just as a way of planning ahead of time. Next, we are going to look at the backlog. So the backlog is basically referred to the as the engine where everything is done. So in the backlog, this is where you create issues, assign it to the specific individuals that are going to work on it, set the priority of the issues, and then if set the start and due date. So anything you need to do. So this place is usually used by the agile project manager or is used by the project lead to start to plan or to create issues, which then when the issues are created, with just a drag, you move to the to-do list, which would appear on the board. So basically, this is the board. So the board gives you more of a visual representation of how issues move throughout the workflow. So the board gives you like it gives the team, the individual like an overview or a place where they can see their issues. So the columns on this board represents the statuses in the workflow. So for this specific project, the statuses are to do, in progress, in review, and done. You can add as many statuses as you want as to when the team needs them. So with just a few clicks, you can just add a new column which represents a status. So let's see, reopen. So these statuses are added. These statuses are added to the workflow. So there's no need for you to go back into the workflow to add them. So with just a drag and drop feature, you can move issues from one part of the status to the other. I'm going to pause here. Is there any question so far or anything that anyone would want to talk about or anything I've mentioned that is not understandable? I guess we'll be moving on. So I would want to talk about a few features that can help you maximize efficiency. So the first one is swim lanes, which are used in categorizing issue types. Sorry, swim lanes are used in categorizing issues inside the board. So you can categorize your issue based on the assignee, the epic, the stories, the queries, or the project. So let's say you want to see specific people assigned to issues in the project or on the board. You just click on the assignee, and then it shows you the specific individuals that have been assigned to the issues on the board. Or let's say you want to look at specific you want to use specific JQLs to identify certain issues on the board. You can just use the queries to bring that out. So from here, you can see that this query brings out issues that have the expiry dates or issues that are going to expire in the next have their due dates in the next 24 hours or issues that have their due dates in the next 48 hours. The rest of the issues are kept here, and then you can just drag them and drop them here to give them more high priority. Also, we are going to talk about quick filters. So quick filters are an easy way you can group or identify certain issues. So quick filters are board specific. We are going to move into filters which are more of like a global view. But quick filters are ones that are used for the board specific. So let's say this quick filter brings out issues that are of critical need, the issues that needs to be addressed quickly. This also brings out issues that are critical but are both within critical and non-critical. So yeah, so you can set up quick filters to bring out all this. So yes. The next thing we are going to jump on is to look at creation of filters to maximize efficiency. So, like I mentioned earlier, filters are just a way of categorizing issues. So, they help you bring out specific issues based on specific things you want to look at. So, when you are creating a filter, there's an option to use the basic search. So, for someone who is new to Jira, for instance, you wouldn't know how to write a JQL. You just need to know a few things. You just need to have a few things in mind that can easily help you to bring out the set of issues you want to look at. So let's start from here. You want a specific issue from a specific project. You just click on the projects drop down and then click on the specific project. Then you want to see issues of specific issue type. You just click on the type and then do that. Or let's say that you want to see issues of a specific status. So let's say the issues are in progress. So that comes up. So with just a few clicks, you can be able to, with just a few clicks, you can be able to create, you can be able to bring out specific issues. But let's say for someone who is a little more advanced, you would want to use the JQL search. So the JQL search is more like entering specific queries to help you bring out specific results. So this brings out issues that have been created in the last 30 days, and now the project ASD, the issue type Epic. But with the introduction of Atlassian AI or Atlassian Intelligence, you can do this by just typing plain language and then you get the search results you need. So you do not need to know about JQLs, or let's say you don't, the basic function or the basic search is not bringing out what you want. You just need to use the Atlassian AI. So let's say I want to see issues that were created. So by writing it in plain English, you get to see this. So with just a few words, I'm able to see issues that were created in the last 30 days for all the issues that were created in the last 30 days. You can do this for project specific issues. So let's say you want to see project in the project, you want to see issues in the project that I opened earlier. You just need to type the specific name of the project and then you have that. So when you are done, you save the filter and then it appears here. So filters that are the created by you are starred. So I want to look at something here. So let's say you have created a filter and you would want to be the only person looking at the filter, or you want specific people looking at the filter, or you want people with specific permissions to look at the filter. You can do that by selecting either the project, which will give you specific projects that can view this filter, or specific individuals that can view this filter, or maybe you want to make it private, only you can view this filter. You just click on private and it's only you that can view that. But let's say you are working in a team, but you would want your teammates to also have access to this filter and to be able to edit it when maybe there's an upgrade that is need to be done on the filter. You can just select users and then select specific names of people you would want to see, people you would want to edit this filter. So this is just a way of allowing specific people to view and then edit the filter. Yeah. So a little pro tip. If you are somebody who works in a software project, you'd realize that in software projects, there are no queues like there are in service managed projects. So to be able to make do or to make use of what you have, you can create shortcuts as a way of representing queues in your software project. So let's say you want the filters to appear specifically on your software board. You can either use the quick filter option, which is board specific, or you can create a shortcut which would help you to reach the specific filters without going all the way to the top to search for the filters. So you just add the filter as a shortcut and then that is it. So we'll be looking at the last thing. So the last thing we'll be looking at is automation. So automations help you to make manual work less manual. So recently, Jira has introduced templates that can help you quickly get started with automations. You can choose automations that can help you manage completed tasks, organize tasks, or transition issues. But also, with the introduction of Atlassian intelligence, with just a few words, you can create an automation that can help you minimize or reduce manual labor. So I want to see, sorry, let's say I want to receive emails when issues of high priority are assigned to me. I just need to enter this just in plain text, and then the AI tool is going to bring out a template of an automation which will help me do this. So with just a few words. Okay. So with this, you can easily get started. So I think I made mention of JQL, but I didn't explain it. So JQL simply means Jira Query Language. So it's a form of language or it's a form of text you enter that helps you fish out specific issues. Yeah. So that's what JQL means for those who are not really familiar with the terms in Jira. So as you can see here, this is an automation that has been created by the AI to help me bring out issues that are to help me get an email of issues that are of high priority or of issues that are of critical priority. So with just a few clicks, turn it on and yeah. So anytime an issue of high priority is created, I'm going to get an email. So with just a few clicks or with just a few text, you can be able to create these automations for yourself because of the introduction of Atlassian intelligence. I think this is where I bring my demo to a close. I would like to ask if there are any questions that you would want to ask or anything you would want me to look at.
Okay, hello again, Sandra. Thank you so much for this session. It was really insightful. Thanks a lot. Now, everyone, if you have any question, please do not hesitate to write it in the chat and we will answer it all. Thank you. Okay, so I have comments from Sam. He said, my favorite tip will be the creating the shortcuts for the filters. Okay, we have a lot of comments coming on. Okay, we have Eunice, quite insightful. Thanks, Sandra. So yeah, we have also from Hani. Thank you. Bright also. Guys, if you have any question, as I said, please write it down and Sandra will answer it. Okay, we have question Sandra from Kayo. He asked, what was the prompt for the automation? Can you please repeat it?
So the prompt for the automation was to notify me when issues of critical priority are created so that I can easily look at them. So that's the prompt. Um,
Okay, so we have another one from Hamza. He said AI is really great help. Can you tell us more, like Sandra, about like the difference between Jira with AI and Jira as it used to be without AI? Is there like a huge difference?
so yeah, there's actually a very huge difference. So for instance, with the creation of automations, initially, if you did not know how to, like you did not know which triggers you should select or which actions you want to happen, it's very difficult for you to write an automations. But now there's an introduction of even templates that can help you do that quickly. But let's say the template that's not meet your needs, you can just use the AI and then that would help you do that. And also with the creation of JQLs or with the writing of JQLs or basically creating a filter. Initially, if you do not know exactly what you want to filter out or you do not have the right language to describe what you want to filter out, it's very difficult for you to filter out what you need. And even with a basic search, sometimes you might not get everything you need, but with the introduction of JQL, you just use plain language and then you get exactly the results you want. So, yeah, I think it has made a lot of difference in terms of the automations and even with the filters. I think even in Confluence, now let's say you want to write a document but you don't have like let's say you want to create a template for a document but you don't have an idea how this template is created, you can easily talk to the AI or write enter a prompt and then the response comes out and yeah, you have your your documents created or your document template created with just a few words. So I think it's a new wave, so we have to ride on it to help make our work easier.
Exactly, totally agree. Like AI made our work like much, much easier. We have also a message from Philip. He said, I enjoyed the automation bit, really informative. Thanks a lot, Philip. Okay, we have also a question from Hussein. He's asking about the remaining plan for this session. So now we are in the Q&A session, and after it, like there is the end. But like if you have any further question or would like to know more about Jira and like automation, AI, etc., reach out to us and we'll schedule a call like to discuss it all. Thanks a lot, Hussein. We have also a question from Joseph. Can Jira be integrated with other tools, and what are the key customization that teams should be aware of? Sandra, can you please answer the question?
Okay, so talking about integration, I think that is my favorite part in terms of consulting. So yes, Jira can be integrated with different tools. Um, yeah, so let me just like move shortly there. So yeah, recently I worked on an integration with activity timeline, which would help your team in capacity management, which I would like to show briefly. So this is typically how an integration looks like. So from my end, what I do is to learn about the various softwares and how it can help, like when integrated with Jira, can help increase the functionality of Jira. So yeah, so when you go to the Atlassian Marketplace, right, you get to see everything that Jira can be integrated with. So from here, you can see the best sellers or You can search for specific things that your team needs. So let's say you want your team wants to integrate Jira with Teams. You just type Teams here, and then you can see that you can integrate Jira with Teams. Or let's say you you work for a software team and you want to work with Jenkins. You just type it here. Yeah. Let's say you use external software and you are moving to Jira, but you do not want to really move to Jira, you still want to maintain the use of that old software. You can integrate that software with Jira and then you get started quickly with that. So there's always room for customization or integrations. That's that's what I can see.
Okay, guys, you are still hearing us, right? Let me know if there is any problems with the audio or the connection. Okay.
I think there's a question from Benjamin which says, why do you need JQLs if setting up is easy can and can you confirm AI can help us create a JQLs easily? So yeah, so you necessarily don't need to know how to write a JQL. With the introduction of the AI, you just need to use plain language, what you understand. Like let's say what I want to see is what I'm going to enter, and then that's the results that I'm going to get. So you don't need to know how to write a JQL from scratch. So when there was no AI, right, then you need to know how to write a JQL. But with the introduction of the AI, you just need to write what you would want to see, and then the AI tool is going to generate that or going to transform that into a JQL, and you can easily filter out the issues you need. There's another question that says, does creating automation using AI available in service management projects? So yes, Atlassian Intelligence is available for all Atlassian products or all the suite of products that Atlassian has so far. So it's present for Jira Service Management, Bitbucket, for Confluence, for Jira Align and all that. So it's there for Jira Service Management. So you can check it out.
Okay, thanks a lot, Sandra. Is there any more questions, guys? Please write it down. If you have any more questions about AI, how to integrate it with Jira, etc. Okay, so I think that's all for today's session. Thank you so much, everyone. And Sandra, if you have any closing words you'd like to say before we wrap up.
So my closing remarks is for you to reach out to us on www.onpointserve.com or on all our social media platforms. We offer services for both business for both Microsoft and then Atlassian suite of products. So yeah. you can reach out to us. If you need any assistance, if you want to get started with Jira or you're already using Jira and you would need assistance with that, you can hit us up. Yeah.
Yes, we are always here to help you out with Jira and also all your needs. So please do not hesitate to reach to us on our social media platform. As Sandra said, after this session, we will send you an email with all our contact information and also a recording for this session so you can rewatch it again. It will be available also on YouTube. Thanks a lot, everyone. And please, if you have any more questions, do not hesitate to reach out to us at any time. Thank you so much for attending. Yes, we will share the recording and also the slides. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.